Okay, hey guys, it's Evan. Man, my nose hairs have been bothering me a lot, and my nose trimmers were super old. Scissors, they were super old. So I threw them away, and of course, like when I had them, my nose hairs were like under control, but then when I threw them away, I was like, wow. So I ordered these things, maybe I'll make a YouTube video about it, but I ordered these things. They look super sus, but a lot of people, I mean, I don't know, I guess they're two in one, so you can roll it in your nose, cuts the hairs, and you can pick your ears out with it. So, anyways, back to so this is a folder from the homeless shelter. I put the white key because that's the name of my business. Unlike the president of the United States who runs the White House, is like unlike him trying to destroy the building, and I already knew that that was going to happen. So I made the white key because I feel like the white key honors FDR and so many presidents. Like I feel like right now the White House is just being smudged and shamed, and this is not what this country has ever stood for. And I just pray that people stop standing up for all the wrong things and standing up for themselves and what they believe safely, but standing up for global defiance is not the answer. And I just start with me. So this is what I had to provide FEMA with. I'm definitely gonna throw this folder away because it's from the homeless shelter, and not everything from the homeless shelter for the most part I want to throw away. See that little audio snip that I framed? I actually created that at the homeless shelter. That's one thing that I want to keep. I think it's beautiful, and it reminds me of somebody that I care about. So Jessica was my FEMA agent. Jessica, I might keep some of these. I don't know. This is probably somebody. This was there. This is in the book. I don't know. Can't remember what this is about. And there was a FEMA investigator that he went through my room. Can't remember his name, but this is what I had to do during Hurricane Bill. I mean, look at how many people. This is a systemic problem. Look at how deep my case goes. American Red Cross did help me out a lot during FEMA, and I remember the operator telling me that in this process, if it goes to litigation, she said, make sure that I inform them that I was never provided a pink slip of my resignation, and if they have a pink slip, then they should have handed it to me a long time ago, because the reason she told me that was because of my age, and she said because of your age, you're going to be penalized for pulling out your 401k and stuff. So, thank you God that you put the right people in my life. This is a coupon of McDonald's and LJ. I think I spent $2.59. Oh no, I saved $2.59. My total was $5.41. $5. I don't know. This is a Walmart receipt for $4.47. And LJ, the LJ Walmart. This is a receipt that's faded entirely when me and Buddy went to Popeyes. And that's what that like. I look at these receipts and it makes me sad. It's for $20.87. It makes me sad when I look at this receipt, and there's a receipt from when I met my honeybee. And like you see, even now, like my mind's, it may have been April 21st, 20th. I might be wrong. I know it was election. I was the day that I voted of 2025. No, 2024. That's how long she's not talked to me. Oof. It's hard when you die and die again and almost die again. I'm trying not to be that brother anymore. But it makes me sad when I look at these receipts because I feel like just like these receipts are fading, my memory's fading. And I know that it's normal, like memories fade, but the type of loss that I've had to overcome, it makes me super sad because like there's that HEB receipt from the day I saw her, and I rewrote everything that I could see on that receipt because I don't want that memory to fade away. So I don't know. I just feel like just like this ink is fading away and these receipts, my brain is fading away. This is Sherwin-Williams stuff. This is my prescription from LJ. I mean, I really don't need this anymore because VA did it for me. Yeah, it's already expired anyway. This is my prescription. This is from Berkeley Center, 117 Circle Way, Lake Jackson, Texas, 775669792974042. And here's a bunch of receipts. Like tons of receipts. Getting thrown away. That's what Chris Bradford, FEMA inspector. Let me fix this. Jessica was my FEMA agent. This is a Shipley's receipt for $2.55. That's when I went next door to Sherwin-Williams. Mr. McKee, have you ever seen this handsome man? Have you ever interacted with him? He bought hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of the same exact paint that is used to paint the White House. $28.48. This is a Dollar General receipt. That's where I would go walk when I lived at Daniel's house. Another Sherwin-Williams receipt. This is Brazosport Store, 7077718, 710 Dixie Drive, Clute, Texas, 775315118, 979297118, fax 97929702225, SherwinWilliams.com, transaction 508064, Ruby, sale at 9:32 a.m., 10/18/24, Mendez Evan, my name, my account number, the job, and this was exterior paint, $25.49. So with sales tax, it was $27.59. Move that away. This is crap. Notes. Separation department. Separation. These people never talk to me. They have never talked to me. I have no correspondence. These people have never talked to me. No one's ever contacted me from the separation department at Tesla. What they need to start separating is the pennies and handing it over, the coins, giving them to me, the money. Give me my money. $298.21. This is Home Depot. I used all this at Daniel's house. I spent $298.21. All for them to still treat me like crap, and them still treat me like crap. 65, saying I caused all these problems. What the hell were they causing around me? This is not to catch a predator. My life is not to catch a predator, bro. I went and I told the truth about what was happening to me. They didn't want to believe me. Now then, they all lost their jobs, so it's not my problem. 113.54. Shoot, you lost your job, I lost my life and my job. I lost everything, and I still came in peace. This is for the UPS store. This is how much money I spent to ship all these papers to the international courts and to the Texas Western District Courts of Austin. $102.19 just to ship. Is that 19 or 79? Yes, 19. Just to ship these papers. You ever shipped $102 worth of papers? $47.89. Shoot. This is to what? This is to the Dollar General. That's why I shopped all the time. These are all post-its. I don't know what they're for. These are passwords. Kyosha Lyra Keratin Tesla benefits. Benefits that should never been cut off. Thomas Guidance Employment. Probably some person from the VA. 2 people. Bar fight. 2 people. Who knows? Yeah, I was writing notes or something. Oh, cyber stalking. Yeah, Kenny and April and them were cyber stalking me in the workplace. Documentation, assault, classy. Oh, okay, so this is something else. This is why. Oh. Okay, so I actually ended up getting help from one of these resources, legal resources, and they did a phone call over the phone with me. And the guy was explaining to me, he's like, let's say 2 people got in a bar fight, 2 people, 1 assault, 1 protected order. And so he was just telling me like what I described, and he said that he can't believe that, what I described to him in detail, and that, what should have happened were some stay away orders or protective orders. I call them stay away orders. I don't know what people call them. Stay away orders. The company's policy was in these cases that they would, I'm just saying, I don't care, but in these situations that they would aid in helping me place protective orders against other employees that caused me harm. And that has never happened. And I do believe that Tesla should formally file the stay away orders between all those people that caused me harm in the workplace. Do the right thing. So from what I described, documentation of assault and Class C misdemeanors. This is what those people did to me in the workplace. Buffalo Tots, $13.63. That's how much I spent. This place was okay. Oh, what the heck? This is my sister's name. Almost my sister's name. CCB Clue. I don't know, it's this place next door to the UPS. It's 810 Dixie Drive, Clute, Texas. CCB Clue, October 18, 2024 at 7:58 p.m. I left a tip, I guess, because I put $15. 15 bucks. CCB. Oh yeah. Okay, so you don't want to put all my business on here. I spent $15 ultimately because of the tip. Kroger receipt. Spent $11.49 at Kroger's. This is the Kroger's and include 800 Dixie Drive, 979-529-1491. Okay. 501 South Main Street, Clute. 811 is how much I spent at the Mitricon. $8.11. $8.11. This one is free to receive. It's from Aldi's, and it's $21.63 from Aldi's. This one is from Chick-fil-A LJ. I think I went with Hilly to this one. 10/16/2024, 157.31, 13/35, 225. I think I went with Hilly. And I need to see. Shipment receipt. And this is what I sent to okay, so this is a receipt for $13.19 was, I don't know, shipping, tracking. I spent $23.42. Wait, look at how much money all this stuff is. I just want to make sure it's not like any like super PII here. But this is just proof that I shipped to the Texas Western District Courts. Oh, I called them. I said, where are the... Apparently, there are 5 or 6 documents missing that I filed. Saturday, 19th of February. So these are probably super important. I think I should just keep those. This is another one. This is for $113.54. Make sure. That's how much money I spent. Like, have you ever spent $113 for some papers? This is the information FEMA gave me. Disaster loans. And this is what Jessica gave me. Like how to make my resume in their format for FEMA. This is my MRI. What the heck is this? Ink. Uh-oh, let me careful with this. Cement. So this is how FEMA wants their resumes. So Jessica was nice and print this for me. Keep that. This is a super important piece of information. Not this. This is trash. MRI community care. They kept telling me to call care in the community. They never answer. Okay, so crisis counseling. This is what they gave me for. FEMA gave me this to call these numbers for crisis counseling. And essential emergency disaster food stamps. Might as well see this again. So this is super important. This is where I need you guys to pay attention. Chris Bradford, FEMA inspector. And when I called FEMA to ask them about the inspector, his findings in the inspection notes, they said, we cannot give you the name of the inspector. I said, I have his name. I didn't call because I needed his name, did I? I called because I want to request the notes from his inspection. That's how type of people I'm dealing with, idiots. I need socks and underwear, dinner for tomorrow, hotel receipts, sign in, meds. Chris Bradford is coming from 2 to 3. So this was when I was still at the homeless shelter. This was during Hurricane, bro. Obviously, these are things that I needed. I needed socks and underwear. Oh. Okay, so I want to keep these two just because, one, I don't want to forget Jessica, which I don't forget Jessica at all. I got lasagna when I was there. I don't want to forget Jessica. Jessica helped me during Hurricane, bro. A lot of those people were joking, having fun with me, making me feel better in the time that I was off me. I don't know about this. I'm trying to think of like when I got this. I just don't want anything more from the shelter like that. Okay. This I picked up at that store. I used my E-Trade card. I'm trying to say I don't have any funds, any money. How much money I had in my Frost Bank account. There's no personal information there. Third Coast Bank. Probably just those. Oh. This is probably important. If you guys hear like a little buzz or hum, sorry, not sorry, because I have this sound device on me. And this sound device I have found helpful. One, the noise really helps me because so often, like, I don't think I ever recovered from all that Tesla trauma. Oh crap, I can't put this in. I have to do this. Okay. And two, it's just, I don't know, I guess I'm just letting it do its thing in my body. This is just like, really cool. What the heck did I put in here? Oh god, I obviously wanted to do something with this wrapping paper. Or I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna talk about this. Because obviously I wanted to do something with it, I don't know. Maybe I'll put like my Santa Christmas thing. This was from my weed whacker. This looks like it's important. It's probably one of my pins to one of my cases. Anyways, this is Lovesack. Also, I'm going to include the cost of this loss. I want this Lovesack. Everything that was quoted to me was about $16,000. So we'll just call it $20,000. I want this Lovesack. 2357. Should have took my medicine a long time ago. My little one, the Escopatopado, what can I say that? Whatever, Escopatopado. That one's only one time a day, and then the bupropion is as needed. Okay. I'm gonna try to get through this and then take a break. I think I can. I mean, it's just a lot. Okay, like this, I found this and it's super useful. I mean, obviously I'm a man, but like when you're balling on a budget, this kind of crap don't matter. It's a planner. I think this is a little baloney. I put this in one video earlier, but I think that's a load of baloney. Actually, I know it's a load of baloney. But I'll call them tomorrow. And maybe all of this that I'm going through right now. So this is kind of like where I'm at right now. So maybe all of this I'll start tomorrow morning, like making a video vlog as I go through this. Because I actually already made a video vlog of this is the pile, a keep pile from another video vlog. All of this is a keep pile. So just put that with the other keep pile. And then, so these are the papers. These are pretty heavy. I mean, I know that I'm pretty weak, like physically, but still they're pretty heavy. And there is one paper. Is there a response in here? Somebody gave me a response. Oh, I think they did. Could be wrong, but excuse me. Wait a minute. Oh, I think that they actually responded back. So this is the stuff. Oh my gosh. Just have my social security. I just have my social security on that, so I don't know about that. Like, these right here are super important. I think the papers in the bubble wrap are the most important papers. I'm gonna have to go through these, but these are. I don't even know what to say anymore about any of this. This is just ridiculous. Like, it just makes me sad. But I don't know, I just feel like I've already been silenced enough. This guy's gonna be in huge trouble. This guy, Paul Sykes. I'm gonna tell on this guy. I have the original letter from when I was at the homeless shelter. And he tried to act like he didn't know what I was talking about after my accident. I said, I have the email you sent me. He just like, just like that. See, there's this song. It's called Stutter by Joe. We suggest. Okay. These are super important papers. A lot of these are crap. Oh. Okay, well, these are just going after it. And there's a CD right here with my medical records. No, this isn't a CD with my medical records. This is a CD with Paul Kelly that I never opened. I don't care to open it. Why don't I care to open it? Because I know I'm telling the truth. I don't need to deal with some idiot like him. Touches on little girls. Weirdo. Okay. Well, I feel like I haven't even made a ding in any of this stuff. God, this is so heavy. I feel like I haven't even made a dent in this stuff. I'm just gonna put it underneath here for now. Readjusting. Usually, where I just put these papers is where I put my little feet. But I'm gonna have to start getting ready when you're done for bed. I'm not sleep most of the day. These are definitely going to be incorporated into my settlement. It was $16,000 to. Okay, so I'm going to use $20,000 because we round up for my 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. So now this is 1, 2, 3. Let's do fairness. 3 bedrooms, 2 beds. So that's 40. That's 50,000. 50,000 just for my couches that I wasn't able to purchase, that I lost. I technically incurred a loss. So that's 50,000 alone. Mr. Briggs, he taught me to play baseball. I tried to set my mom up with him. I don't know if he was married. Bunch of baloney. This is an intake form. I really don't want anything from that place. But considering everything that I'm going through, I'll keep one. I'm throwing the rest away. But this is the perfect example. Let me show you. Sorry, I'm just triggered. Everything that reminds me of the shelter triggers me. So I just think about all the grime. It's disgusting. Let me fix this. Okay, so this is the perfect example of forensic DNA analysis. So anyone that, like, I can just be showing you this paper, like, oh, this is a paper, you know? But what people don't realize is there's a very, very faint line going down here. And that super faint line, these are the markers that somebody that's doing forensic DNA, even like forensic financial DNA, is analyzing. These are types of things that they look for. Why? Because this very faint line can tell you what type of device was used. This was sent over, a job that was sent over to the machine, or was it wirelessly transmitted, or was this placed on the machine and pushed to copy? So you can see that line. Somebody who doesn't really know how to use this machine, I believe it. But this is just how they would place it and close it and make copies of this. Somebody that knew what they were doing, and that's where you get that glare line. Somebody that knew that what they were doing, they would align this paper in the way that it probably would have filled and not. Either way, these types of lines are super important, especially when printing. Now, sometimes intentionally manufacturers will make it to where on the back of the paper there's ink, and that's to do the same thing. It's kind of just to like a marker to show people what type of device it is that printed it out. This is a perfect example of what to look for in forensic DNA analysis. I found this, it's probably just trash. This is where I stayed during the hurricane. Room 209 is where I stayed. I would hang out here. This was a pretty cool spot. I would hang out there and play board games. That's where I was during the hurricane, doing that stuff. This is an arbitration agreement. I just found it. I don't know. This is just prescriptions from the VA. The VA wants me to send them stuff to the VA. Okay, this is just a blank piece of card. Some more VA med stuff. VA medical stuff. This is all VA medical stuff. Oh, this is VA medical stuff. It's just asking me like this type of stuff. This is a keep. just get so triggered by stuff in the shelter. I don't even want to touch it. I don't even know what to say. Probably gonna put it in these folders just because I just don't want to touch it. I know it's from the shelter, so just bothers me. Should probably put it in. I don't even want it touching anything else. Disgusting. Okay. So this is my medical record. This is what I'm trying to. I'll reach out to them again. I called them, they didn't answer. This is materials I got for that. I'll try calling them one more time. So these people told me 5,003 credit cards. I can't even get a food stamp card, so there's that. My social worker gave me these trying for a job. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like I'm so much more than this. It's a start. Okay, so my pile's supposed to be getting smaller. Somehow I feel like it's getting bigger. Okay, hold on. This is my keep pile. I'm gonna have to put the packages at the bottom. Sorry guys, I just got organized and I'm trying to keep it that way. Okay, close enough, good enough. This is just a folder that I can keep to reuse. These are probably all documents from the apartment. And I have to say, like, there have been multiple congressmen and women that have helped in my case. I have to say that Congressman Greg Casar helped. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett heard me out at least. Blair, I will never forget Blair. I will never forget Blair at all. Blair was like critical when I was at Daniel's house, and I attached myself to Dallas VA, and they were like 100% on board, willing to help, and that's when things started really moving for me. And then Congressman Al Green, Senator Cornyn doesn't want to do the right thing. Senator Ted Cruz keeps telling me about this FOA thing, but Freedom of Information Act, that has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on with me. So anyways, I reported it, and well, it almost seems like if it's not for themselves or for their friends, they won't really step out and do anything for anyone. You know, some things in life don't need notoriety for. And I think that I just would rather be somebody that is known for doing something good, like honestly doing something good, than somebody who bamboozles people. This is my idea. This is my prototype idea. So this idea, it's inspired by like more multiple designs, but it's inspired by a bread clip. So this would be a solar chip, and the entire measurement would be placed like kind of like, I don't know, like maybe a QR code. So this would be a chip, right? And with some of the curves and lines. I don't know. So I guess I was kind of like in this mode. Like I don't really like Steve Madden at all. And then my ex cheated on me, and I found a freaking fake Steve Madden sock in the closet. And I don't wear one at the time when I had the money. I don't wear fake. I remember a lot of things, but I know for a fact that I never wore fake designer. So I was like, I didn't even know you can make bootleg Steve Madden socks. It's kind of sad. But they were fake Steve Madden socks. And you know they're fake when the ink bleeds and the material looks super funny. So this, I was like, man, I was inspired at the time by an old Steve Madden commercial for some reason. But anyways, I finally kind of wrote down my inspiration for this clip. I put attaches to button up the entire clip can be scanned RFID. Even with the chip embedded, the QR will be exterior. Print the RFID embedded. Let's see. I don't know, I scratched out some of it, but it says RFID does not make the transaction, only estimates the cost. QR will attach to the wardrobe, considerably wearable technology. Digital art, digital fabric, removing RFID solar chip. The light will make a better marker to path, I don't know, like a better path to the scan. So I think what I was like thinking here was I didn't really know how to incorporate it, but like kind of like so. You say I have this clip, and well, I've had multiple ideas. I think more with the gloves, I wanted security. So like if I went up to the door with these gloves, it would automatically open. But with the clip, I was thinking more something like, let's say I go to my closet, right, and I have this clip. So this clip can actually clip into your button. So you can clip this clip onto a button. I've tried it. So the clip fits perfectly into your button. And like let's say I go to my closet and I'm like, well, I don't have a good tie for this shirt. So I can like use this clip to scan certain accessories in my closet and try to find it'll just estimate the cost of like what I wanted. But I mean, I was thinking more like this chip could scan my digital wardrobe. So let's say I already have digital fabrics like wearable technology. I have a digital tie, a carbon fiber tie, and this is just how my mind works. Like I hope one day I can create this digital wear. Let's say I have a carbon fiber tie, and I take up the clip, I scan the tie, or I just and then I can use this chip and just the things that I scanned in my closet. It'll make like recommendations, suggestions of things I can pair with that tie. Like you already own this carbon fiber tie, so this carbon fiber cufflink will pair well, like this digital cufflink, and the cufflink may be like some type of security cufflink, and so like this security cufflink will pair well with your carbon fiber tie. And I don't know, I just thought that that'd be cool, like because sometimes, especially me, like I I it's a lot of work. Like I don't think people really realize wearing, like taking care of yourself. But fashion is a lot of work. And it's not just creating the pieces. So like I don't know. I have never ever seen anybody, even stylists, are not as organized as I think that this system. That's why I wanted to make something like this, because like I can go to my closet and like you're not thinking in those moments when you're trying to get ready. Like let me write down that I'm 36 around the waist. Those are just not things that are going through your head. Like let me write down that I'm missing socks, or like you don't think those things. So if you already have wearable technology where you can you can scan these things and then just like upload to your computer or like scan it to your computer. Like I can maybe scan from my iPhone, scan the chip, and it'll show up everything that I have in my wardrobe and what will pair well with my wardrobe. I don't know. I just think that's the coolest thing ever. I think it would like definitely eliminate a lot of stuff. No, this is just stuff. I don't use Teladoc anymore anyway, but that's Teladoc. This is the Baylor medicine stuff. This is the surgeon who did my surgery. I don't know, maybe I should keep this in front of me. Dr. Lorenzo, he did my surgery. September 16th. Increase my income. That has never happened. Trust. Set up my trust. I'll reach out to them again. Yeah, I feel like this is Santa's Christmas bag. I have a bank account? What is this? I guess I have another bank account. Alliant? Okay. I'm definitely going to call them because I know I have a bank account. I didn't have my account number on it. I'll probably forget in the morning. This is the receipt for $15.99 from Target. These were notes from when I was a baby genius, because now I don't know what they mean. But these are formulas. Pythagoras. Obviously, these are things that I used to be able to remember, but forget that now. I mean, this guy knew it all, didn't he? I mean, this is always just my scribble. But when I really sit down and write, I don't write this often. Oh God, I can't let this woman help me. You know, I wish that I really, like, have you ever really wished that you didn't fall in love with somebody? Tell me about it. I wouldn't say it out loud. I mean, probably by the time I did, forget about it. That woman's probably pissed off to Mars and back. Probably further than that. But at least I wrote it. I may not have said it out loud. I know I finally did. These are accounts. Click pay Amazon, writing prompts. So this is when I went to, this was a U-Haul. This is when I went right there. Can you see that? I have no idea what this is. Or whatever. What time is it? Oh, I'm gonna have to get off in 5 minutes. I found this literature at the church. I thought it was really good literature about the LDS church because it says all human beings, male and female, created in the image of God. And husband and wife have a solemn responsibility to love and care for each other and for their children. The family is ordained of God. We warn individuals who violate covenants of chastity, who abuse spouse or offspring, or who fail to fulfill family responsibilities will one day stand accountable before God. Further, we warn that the disintegration of the family will bring upon individuals, communities, and nations the calamities foretold by ancient and modern prophets. We call upon responsible citizens and officers of government everywhere to promote those measures designed to maintain and strengthen the family as a fundamental unit of society. So I really like this literature because there is something in scripture that says, we can we can save people from wickedness. We can bring them to salvation, but if they choose to go back, that's their choice. And I think I'm grateful, thankful to God that regardless of all the phony business that goes on around me, that these people, whether they truly believe that in God or they don't, or whatever their belief is, they have made a way to show me that you know I'm not a part of what you know that wickedness. I may not be the most responsible man on the planet, but I have taken responsibility and accountability for me, myself, and my relationship with God, and that's what matters because most people can't even do that. And that's just like the best thing that could be said is we call upon responsible citizens and officers. I've interacted with Senator Cornyn and Ted Cruz's office. These people are not responsible. I think the people that, even the most responsible ones, or even the people that have been in public service for the longest times, sometimes they just, it says designed to maintain, and sometimes those people, all they do is sustain. Sustaining is not maintaining something. If you sustain, that means you tolerate, you get through, you endure, you're on the other side, and you're sustaining, but you're not maintaining things. Like you need to have countermeasures so that this never happens again. And maintain that enforcement. And that's another thing. It says, we declare the means by which mortal life is created to be divinely appointed. We affirm the sanctity of life and its importance in God's eternal plan. And it says God commanded that the sacred powers of procreation are to be employed only between man and woman lawfully wedded, husband and wife. So, I mean, this is in regards to the first commandment that God gave Adam and Eve, which we're in modern day now. And I think that the most important sentence is the very first sentence. All human beings, male and female, are created in the image of God. So all human beings are created in the image of God. That's everybody on planet Earth. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who, how, or why you identify. I mean, to me, it doesn't. And I don't view the church to have a negative outlook in that sense, but it doesn't matter like who we are, what what we are. We're all human beings, but what matters is, you know, it says here that those who abuse and those who fail to fulfill their responsibilities will one day stand accountable before God. And my grandma says nobody leaves this world without paying their debts. So we all have that day of judgment from our Creator. And that's why I like being a part of the church and being a member of the church because, you know, Kanye says it's not my job to convert atheists into believers, and it's not my job to. It really isn't my job to teach you a lesson, to warn you, but I feel like it is my responsibility for myself to hold myself accountable with the God that created me. That is my responsibility. My responsibility is to have loyalty and not love because that love comes naturally, but to have loyalty. And if you want to use the word covenant, but you know, I in that covenant with God, the God that I know, I don't create that. Like I don't get to designate for myself what my plan is. You know, God has already planned out this life for me. And if I didn't learn that before my accident, and that's not seeping into my brain now, then I mean, I might as well be connected up to wires and be vegetable, feed me vegetable, just be like a vegetable, and pull the cable. So I just feel like I have to trust that the God that created me, everything's already in. I am already in His hands, and I know that. And I mean, that's what I was trying to say in part one of this of my last segment is like it's not odd how things are playing out because that's the God that I know. It's not a miracle to me. That like people always tell me, what we ask of God is just something so small. We're sitting here praying, and that's how I was raised. I was prayed very sweetly, very kindly, but God is a ferocious God. He wants you to fear Him and only Him. I was in a church class, and after everything we discussed, I said something, and he was like, "Well, then we would be fearful of God." And my response, like out of nowhere, just came naturally. I said, "Because He wants us to. It's in His Word. It's in Scripture. God wants you to fear Him, and to fear Him is to know Him. And if we did not have these human sensations, emotions, desires, temptations, I mean, having all of these things is not sin. What is sin is when you don't hold yourself to those obligations, when you actually act on those and act on those decisions that lead to all of those evil, wicked things, then that, yes. But all of those emotions and desires, God designed us perfectly in His image with those emotions and those desires so that we could come to Him. If we were just remote controlled robots, then there'd be no reason. Everything would be sterile. No human emotion, no desire, no will, no drive, no motivation. So, like the fact that I've been going through this and I took a course in forensic analysis, genetic DNA analysis, and that skill has now helped me. Like, I am in a very unique position. Like, regardless of what anybody says or does to me, like, regardless of what these lawyers do or say to me, they do not have the skills that I have. Just like I don't have the skills that they have. One of those lawyers has constantly been settling and handling cases with the Office of Injured Employee Counsel and with the DOL. So maybe that's part of the problem. You know, Paul Kelly has been uh, allegedly handling all these cases. That's part of the systemic issue. You have an idiot like that doesn't have any creativity or innovative mindset to come up with solutions. And some of the lawyers in these law firms, one of them has constantly handled multiple cases with the NLRB and Department of Labor, and that is the problem. You know, you have these lawyers that try to make shift the game, perpetuate it to their benefit, and that's not why these federal agencies or state agencies. That is not why or how. That is not the purpose or their origin story. The origin story of the NLRB and the DOL and OIC in Texas, these origin stories were to protect our our ancestors, our American ancestors created these and approved these organizations to protect generations after them in the workplace. And now, modern day, these lawyers like Paul Kelly and Josh Ordway, these lawyers, these phony lawyers, are perpetuating the system so that they can line their pockets and, I don't know, afford fancy briefcases and look and present themselves to be somebody that they're not. You know, you're just not those things. And I'd rather be real and raw and unscripted. And I'm sitting here on the floor. I don't have the most fanciest equipment. I don't work for $1 billion law firm. You know, I'm being real. It doesn't make sense what one man like me can do and an entire American government system cannot do. It makes no sense at all. Like, I had Uber Eats deliver me food on the brink of a hurricane, and it came amazing, and I'll probably never Uber Eats again because I don't want that experience anymore. Like, and especially with how food quality is worsening, I don't think I just want to. Why am I going to expose myself to that? Like, it's hard for me because I think genuinely, like, my memory, like I said, I don't really know what I used to eat, what I used to like. I know that I ate. I was a big guy. I don't remember like things that I like to eat. So, I mean, I remember like I know how to cook. Like, I'm in the kitchen and I'll do things that I don't know how I know I do. Like, I did something weird with the onion the other day, and all of a sudden, like, I banged it and it came apart. And I was like, how did I know to do that? I don't know. Like, things like that happen. So I don't know. Just hmm. Well, I think another case. This is the perfect moment to bring up another case before I push pause and go throw this away. But like this is why I'm really great at particular cases. You know, because these are the things that I see that most people don't. So there was the case of the mattress murders, and let's see what this is. Get rid of this pot in my hand. November 22nd, 2023. Jot down line, November 22nd, 2023 at 2:42 p.m. Via advice and guidance from Callie. Ask Letitia for an extension during the rebuttal process. Proceed for position as long as you are actively working on it. There are algorithms, where people in this world who will assume that you know less than you do because of your name and your complexion. But math is the great equalizer. I don't know who said that. If the old Evan said that. I don't know who said that. I have no idea who said this. Oh, actually, what I think this is from? This is from that movie. This is from that movie with Edward Olmos. When he tells the kids, he tells them, there are people in the world who will assume that you know less than you do because of your name and your complexion. But math is the greatest equalizer. I think that's from that movie. I don't know. No idea. But it's true. Litigation, federal court, the bank account setting up a trust. I have no idea. This guy was very high speed. I mean, I don't just. This guy is not so high speed. Like, do you see how this guy wrote stuff? This guy wrote like, I don't know. This guy wrote like like a genius. God. Like he wrote, I think he wrote this in crayon. Like, that guy's a genius. This lady's awful, caring. These are the people that have been around me. I'm definitely gonna keep this card for when I want my house. I called the Gigafactory on the 3rd. Written area of the law. No matter area of the law under Texas law. I'm sure this made sense at one point, it just doesn't anymore. Jason, I don't know. This is a great document. Oh, this is the easy part. Because I was getting billed for Easy Tag in New York when I was driving the company car. Okay, let's see. This is outdated. Oh crap, I need to go get my comp license. I have to tinkle. Okay, I'm just gonna go do this pile. This is audiology. Tinkle for the break. Oh, Miss Thibodeau Jackson Monique. She should be fired, 100% fired. Alright, gotta wash my hands in this stream.